cheat games, MSP and PSN money, check out my sponsor G2A, the link's down below in the description, and use the code RIGFREE for 3% cashback. Alright guys, today I'll be showing you how to invest for the Premier League Player of the Month SBC, which should be out on Friday. So if you guys will enjoy this video, and if you do, please smash the like button down below. So for the favourite, it is Harry Kane followed by Son, and for these tips, they do work for both players other than the England tips which only work for Kane. So for the first tip for this video, it's going to be Team of the Week players for the Premier League. Now for this requirement, when it does happen, you can usually make some very nice profit, but you do need to hope this requirement's in there. So for the Premier League Team of the Week players, try and pick up the 82 red once cheap through bidding. For Bamford, would avoid him because his rating, like when it comes to Kane and Son for the lowest rated squad, probably going to be like 84 or 85 and possibly actually 86. So for Bamford, would avoid him because his rating, but when it comes to the 82 red players, you got Gabriel, Ward-Prowse, Giroud, you got Wilson, also Sigurdsson, so there's a few that can pick up cheap through bidding. For other Team of the Week players from outside the Premier League, look at like cheap 84, 85, 86 ones, and for the cheapest ones for them ratings, potentially maybe good investments. Like if they're not actually good for this SBC, there's a few other like Player of the Month SBCs coming up, so they may be useful for them as well. I'm going to go into the next tip right now. Next up for this video, I want to talk about 5 sort of cheap investments for Spurs. So for these, got Davies, Ndombele, Lo Celso, Aurea, and also this guy just here who I can't pronounce. So for these cards, for Davies, a lot of the time can pick them up like 650, 700 coins through bidding where you're not risking many coins, so for him, might as well pick up a few of him. For the other cards, Ndombele, Lo Celso, Aurea, usually cost about 800 coins. Then for this Spanish guy, he's used about 900 coins. So with this guy as well, you are risking a few more coins, but for an example, if there's like an 86, 87 rated squad that requires one Spurs player, a lot of people may go for like the Spanish route or the La Liga route. For him, he'll be able to fit into them teams with him being Spanish, so yeah, potentially could be a good investment. I'm going to go into the next tip right now. Next up for this video, I want to pay 83 red cards. So on the screen, got a list of the Premier League ones on Footbin just here, and for these cards, some of them are some very good prices. Like when it comes to 83 cards to invest as well, avoid the goalkeepers, but for the outfield players, there's actually only one cheaper than Matinho, which is Tadic at 900 coins. So Matinho potentially could be a good investment. For the other cards, try and pick them up a little bit cheaper through bidding. Dele Alli as well. He's got the Spurs link, the English link, so he could be very good. So these cards, I would recommend trying to pick some of these up through bidding a little bit cheaper, because like even if they don't go up for this SBC, there's other SBCs coming out soon which could take their price up. So for some of these cards, they could be some good investments. Going into some English players now, so the top of the list here got Jordan Henderson. So for him, he's currently 14k, and for the 86 cards, there is some cheap ones, but he's in the Premier League, he's English as well, which could potentially be requirements with him though. I would recommend trying to pick him up below 12k coins through bidding, so that's the current price for the cheapest 86 cards. Next up on that list, going to mention Trippier, who's 1.4k. Once again, try pick him up through bidding to save a little bit, but for him, like I mentioned a few tips back, one of the reasons why it could be good, if there's like an 86 red squad that requires one English player, he's very easy to fit into one of them for a La Liga squad, so yeah, Trippier could be good. Next up, Dele Alli, already mentioned him, so could be good if you pick him up a little bit cheaper. Maguire, a little bit risky. Pope's a goalkeeper, so I'd avoid him. With the 81 and the 80 red players, there's quite a few of them. If you can pick them up, I'd say below 800 coins, they'll be okay investments potentially. So yeah, that's it for the English players. I'm going to go into the next tip. Going into the final tip for this video, which is to pick up high red players, because they should be useful for this SBC, and also if they don't go up from this one, we've got potential Player of the Month Mbappe and Lewandowski coming soon, Icon SBCs then the month, so at some point this month, these cards should go up in price. So during this video, already mentioned the Spanish, the La Liga ones, so for the cheap ones for them, I would try and pick them up through bidding a little bit cheaper. Also take a look at Serie A, because that's the other route that I can see people using for these sort of squads. So Serie A, La Liga, Spanish players, they're the ones that I'd look at. Also for Premier League players, we may need them. So when it comes to high red Premier League players, most of them are goalkeepers, which I'd avoid, but Harry Kane may potentially be good for his own SBC. Like actually that end one just there, that actually makes him the cheapest 88 on the game. So Harry Kane may be good for his own SBC, but that will be it for this video now. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you smash the like button, and peace.